Alright, in this video we're going to go ahead and put struts on this Impala. I'll do two separate videos. The first one I'm going to do the front struts, and then the second one I'll do the rear. We're going to use twitch struts in this. They're actually AC Delco strut assembly replacements. If you're a DIY or you don't have a big actual strut compressor, like a wall mount unit like the Brennick or the OTC strut tamer, I really do recommend going ahead and getting assemblies or unit struts, or whatever you call them, twitch struts. Twitch struts. I don't know why I said unit strut. I think that's like a shelving, but twitch strut. Yeah, you can rent the the small spring compressors, but I mean you really got to be careful. Those springs have a lot of energy, and they're kind of sketchy to use. So I said it's almost the same price once you get your strut bearing and your upper isolators and everything to just buy the assembly, and it's easier and faster than taking it all apart and putting it back together. So that's my recommendation, but we'll go ahead and get into it. Alright, first thing first, we'll go ahead and buzz this wheel off. Alright, now it's pretty simple to do these. I mean, anybody can do this. Yeah, your two bolts here. You actually have a nut here, and this bolt's gonna be through. I'm not sure if this has a cam bolt in it or not. So what we'll do before we get started is we'll mark a line, some kind of reference on the knuckle, all the way across. So when we put these together, say we mark a line here to here. So when we put it together, we kind of turn the cam bolts, and then our alignment won't be crazy off. If the camber is adjustable, then you will need an alignment. Some cars you cannot adjust the camber, and if that's the case, honestly, I think an alignment's almost a waste of money. That's my thought. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but that's just how I feel about it. And then once you're done with that, you got your three nuts up top. Let it drop out, slide your new one in. Like I said, this is pretty straightforward, pretty simple job. So, let me go ahead and get into it. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to mark these. Then we'll go ahead and buzz these off. Nope, 20mm. Alright. That's 28. Actually, that's why, because this is actually just has two flats on it. It does not have so I guess probably like 18mm wrench slide on it. So I'm guessing these are cam bolts. 18mm wrenches slide on the 2 flats. And then size 21. Right. And also on these, I marked one up here on the side of the shank, so I know that one's the top one, and the bottom one I did it on the the washer side of it. Get a little hammer to tap these out. I got this set right here. This is an awesome deal. This is your SK set. I guess Impala is actually the manufacturer of it, but it's what that boy said. SK AG8610. This is like $120. Well, that boy hammer set. Got this on Amazon warehouse deal. $20, $24, I think. I was pretty pumped. Try to get them spinning a little bit. I might not even mess around in this hammer. I'm just gonna go get air hammer. They're stuck. Alright, so I'm gonna go get air hammer. I'm gonna pop on that. And these have a little shank on them, so I'm not really worried about smacking them too much. You know, look at these. They actually don't look like they're an eccentric bolt, but they do have splines on them, so I'm guessing that's what kind of was hung up on there. But whatever. Keep going. Really proud of it. Go. Got that popped off. Now move up top. We'll get that. Those nuts busted loose. Right now, get these 3 nuts off right here, and then we'll slide it off and put the new one in. And these, okay, they're probably like 14 maybe. 15. We'll use the little Astro mini ratchet. This thing surprisingly has quite a bit of power. What I'll do, just throw it on a couple threads. So that way, it doesn't fall on your foot. And I can reach out and grab a hold of it. And out she comes. I think these are actually the original struts. This car's like 2 years old and has 230,000 miles on it. And the strut bearings are starting to get noisy. And then the tires were cupping real bad, so if you guys have problems with your tires getting real cupped, real wavy whenever you rub your hand over it, your struts are a good place to start looking. If they're not newer or have 70, 80,000 miles on them, I'd change them and see what happens. I mean, I wouldn't put another set of tires on it, because if you put another set of tires on it, you're going to do the same exact thing. Alright, now let me go get that strut and then come back and put it in. Alright, we got our front strut. I matched up the other one, it looks good. It does come with the new top nuts, so we'll go ahead and reuse these. I guess these are lock nuts, so then once you reuse them. And now, this car does not have a front sway bar. If it did, then you'd have to, bust that loose too. But this one doesn't, so alright, we'll go ahead and slide this in. Started. And then snug them up. I'm not gonna run them all the way down. I'm just gonna snug them up a little bit. That way, if you gotta adjust around to get that bottom down, you won't have to fight with it. I hope the lighting on this is better than what it is down here. Now we go ahead and slide that in there and we can get these bolts started. This is our top bolt. And we'll actually probably get the bottom bolt started first. Might have to tweak a little bit with the pry bar, get your holes lined up a little bit better. top one. Bottom one. We'll probably just run these down with the bolts. So they don't look like central bolts. I need a bigger compressor. If anybody wants to donate their compressor fund, let me know. And then we'll grab the torch spec and we'll actually put these down to spec. And they have that narrowed side on the bolt, so you gotta kind of almost pull them through. Be back in a second. I'm gonna grab those torque spats and then we get this torque down and we'll move to the back. Sorry for the people in the background yelling. My neighbor's having a party. They've been having a party for a week now. Ready for them to go home. Seven Chevy Impala 3.5 specification. Front strut to steering knuckle, 96 foot-pounds. .24 foot-pounds for the body nut. So let me go grab a torque wrench, we'll torque that down. Got it set. It's pretty close to just the end pads. Alright, and we go up top and tighten those the rest of the way down. It's at 24 foot-pounds. Stands right for 30 foot-pounds, so we're gonna give it the beans with this. That's an air code term. The beans. Right.
I'm gonna go ahead and apologize now for the kids keep being jerks and throwing all their toys over in your yard.
Oh, it's fine. The only thing I asked is if you have them come knock on the door, you know, if we're home. Because
Has somebody been jumping over?
somebody did the other day, and I just don't want them falling over the fence and getting hurt or anything, and I don't want them to jump, like, come over and the dogs be out and the dogs jump on them.
Yeah, no problem at all. I didn't know that anybody had even come to.
Yeah, I said something whenever he did, and he was like, you know, he's like, oh, sorry, yeah, he's fine, but
No problem.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. You gotta worry these days because everybody is sue you. Get this put back on. Actually, before I put this on, let me give you guys a tip. I was watching a video the other day. It was, what's that guy's channel? Jim the car guy, maybe? I don't know, this guy's a shop owner. He's doing a ABS speed sensor. So he's putting a hub bearing on something. And he's going toward the center nut right here. And he had to wait for his wife to get done cooking. Tighten it up. Don't gotta do that. Here's all you gotta do. Put a pry bar in here like this, you know, between two lugs like that. Then put your torque wrench on here. You hold one tight. You know, I guess it would be this way because you're gonna hold up on that while you're pushing on that. And I got torque. Or actually, the way I usually do it is I do it like this. It's the opposite. Then you just hold on to this, push down. You can torque your center nut. You know, if it's a real tight nut, get along a pry bar. Right. So now we'll put this wheel on. Get these started. And then I will run these down with an air pad. What I do is hey, I turn it all the way down to the lowest setting. And since it hits, stop. The front, like I said, it's not much to it. Take you a half hour time. You know, my biggest problem a lot of times whenever I do this is since I'm not in my garage, you know, I grab a tool. I don't have a tool cart to push out here, so I grab a tool and then I run back and forth. But my whole problem is, I'm gonna let you guys see. My garage is packed. I got a total car in there that you can't move. That I need to part out, but I don't have the time to part it out. That was a fun car. It was a 99 Mitsubishi equips it, put a bigger turbo on it. I had custom coilovers and polyurethane, motor mounts, which are better than solid motor mounts, if you ask me. It's comfortable enough to drive it daily. I had solid roller mount, solid aluminum mounts. And, I had polyurethane bushings and everything, spherical bearings and the sway bars, and that was a fun car, bigger than jet-throughs. And then I fell asleep driving one day. Driving to work, ran off the road, went airborne, got to ride in a helicopter. That was cool. Alright, well, this is the front. Just make sure you mark those cam bolts if you have cam bolts, or if you don't know, just mark them anyway. Just mark the knuckle and the head of the bolt so you could get your alignment close. I probably, honestly, I'm not going to align this. I really don't care. Camber really doesn't cause excessive wear, just shows you where the tire wears. It's close enough into the position, but eventually I'll go get aligned, but I'm not in a hurry. Toe is what eats up your tires, and you set your toe with a piece of string. But so that's the front. Like I said, you probably knock out both sides in an hour and 15 minutes. If you like the video, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to see more. Keep following. I know I always say I upload every Monday, but the last couple weeks I've been slacking. Planning a wedding. We're getting married in exactly 2 months, and then on top of that, we foster animals, and we have 8 animals in our house right now. So it gets a lot to take care of, especially whenever I work 50 to 60 hours a week. Alright, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Bye.